Why does it hurt so bad? Why?
It's an old book. Very old. This is like one of the old books.
Yes. What makes in the book? That's not in the fucking book. They brought to my society.
It's 5:30. It's 5:30.
Cool, man. Cool. I love it. I love it. We got it. We got there. You know, it just took 2.5 hours to set this up.
It did take 2.5 hours to set this up.
Because you plugged in the wrong thingy into the other thingy, and then you just switched them, and now we're good.
I don't even. Yeah.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Well, because also before this, man. So since I'm back at work now, which once again can't even begin to talk about how much I love that.
It's the best, right? There's nothing bad about it at all.
No, I'm ecstatic. Okay. It's an honor and it's a privilege to be bartending right now on this.
You're a freedom fighter. Thank you for your service.
I love America so much that I'm willing to put my life on the line for mimosas.
For your margarita.
I fucking hate it. It's weird too being back at work because a couple of the managers are like, first off, fucking, I went back and first thing Heather says to me was just like, Jasper, isn't it weird to be back and like we keep actually changing things for the better? And I was like, it's weird to be back right now, not because we're changing things. Like I had to make that clear.
I don't understand the fantasy world that these people choose to live in. Like, and it's not even like she's some upper echelon, like 1%er that fucking is like so disconnected. Like she's right there with you.
Yeah,
she sees the shit happening. What the fuck?
We're on the front lines together. She just is in meetings. That's the only difference between us. I mean, she probably gets paid more. I imagine she gets paid a lot more. But
I really don't think she does. I used to talk to her about her income, and it was not impressive.
Interesting. Yeah. So that was something that was said. Also talking to other managers and stuff. Found out that we're like one of 4 places right now in Nashville that are open for brunch, and they were like, that's why we're getting so much business, and that's why we keep going through all these mimosas. And I wanted to be like, maybe because we're one of 4, we shouldn't be open.
Maybe now's not the time to be a trailblazer.
Do you want to like Nashville is not necessarily known for its brunch, but it's also not. Like when people come here, they're like, where could we go for a brunch? Like people want to know. Yeah. Brunch is a thing in any city you go to. So yeah, it is. But I also fucking love brunch. Like I get it. I'm behind it. I love day drinking.
I do too.
I love mimosas, and I also love. I don't love mimosas. I really I hate champagne so fucking much. I love orange juice. Orange juice is
like
amazing.
A tequila OJ. Have a way better time.
That sounds way better. Oh my god, why don't I do that?
I don't know.
With like a splash of
in there,
a little bit of Grand Marnier. Fuck yeah.
Oh yes.
Get saucy with it. Yeah, no, mimosas are gross. I like brunch. Really, it's not even so much the unch part; it's the brr part. I would, if I could feasibly do this, I would eat breakfast food for every single part of the day at any time of the day, always.
So just to clarify,
yes,
you don't actually like brunch. You just like breakfast food, and you enjoy that one day of the week it's socially acceptable to eat it a couple hours later.
Yeah, I'm that big of a fan of breakfast food.
I get it. Bacon and eggs with some like thick ass sourdough toast.
I mean,
is the shit.
Come on, it's so simple and it's so good.
But I don't need society's approval to fucking eat it whenever the fuck I feel like.
I don't need society's approval either. But I like that it is approved because then it's more accessible. Once a society approves a thing, it's way more accessible.
True.
Don't outlaw brunch, okay?
For the love of God.
Legalize it.
Actually, you want to get some of like the louder but dumber people involved. Maybe we do outlaw brunch and say when, innocent people stop being murdered, you can have your mimosas back.
Man, I would love that. That'd be great. I thought you were going to go a different route. I really thought you were going to be like, it is unnatural to combine such things as breakfast and lunch.
People have strong opinions about it, and they're very loud about it.
Keep these things separate. Okay, that's the way God intended it for it to be.
Separation of evening and breakfast.
It's in the Bible, okay?
I mean, we could say that. Nobody would know. Ephesians 27:9. Thou shalt not eat bacon, but only
now I have
after
to look up Ephesians 27:9.
I don't even know if there's 27 chapters in Ephesians.
I don't even know how to spell Ephesians. So
there's a PH in there.
EPHIENIESANES.
Hey, so part of the reason we're doing this is because you were going to tell me about the Oklahoma thing that's going on.
Or the wind sweeping down the plains. Yeah.
But I want to tell you about something first because there's not a lot of info right now. This is a newer revelation. But one of the biggest known Russian government hacking groups is attempting to hack U.S. biological research facilities to steal the coronavirus cure.
My good friend.
Yeah, what's up?
Sarah Dalton. She's a comedian here in Nashville. She's very fun. I mean, there are no comedians in Nashville. If you want to ask my opinion right now, people are still doing shows, but there should be no comedians right now. But she said something very funny, where the tagline, the motto for coronavirus, actually just the world in general at this time period, should be a quote from the song All Star by Smash Mouth. And that quote is, "My world's on fire. How about yours?" I think that works very well. I think it fits very perfectly. So Russians are trying to hack biolabs to get the corona cure.
To steal it, yeah.
So they can make. But here's okay. Listen, that's first of all that's terrifying. But let's try to look at it optimistically.
Okay.
If they can steal it,
maybe we can too.
Well, not just us, but anybody. And
I
then
meant we as like the fucking the proletariat freedom fighter of the U.S. or whatever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like anybody could do it. So any country could do it, and then I mean, it's kind of like pirating movies, but a cure that saves lives.
Yeah,
it's like I really, really need to see Doubt starring Philip Seymour Hoffman. I'm gonna pirate that movie. Or I don't know why that's the movie I came up with, but it is. Or I could download the cure for coronavirus.
Just 3D print it really quick.
I hate this world. I hate this world so much. I hate everything.
It's so bad. We live in a nightmare world.
Yeah, everything's bad all the time. It's really, really distressing. First of all, I mean, when your audio doesn't work for 2 hours,
for 2.5 hours,
that's the worst thing that's happened to me personally today. Other people have had worse days, I'm sure.
I mean, no, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the worst thing since D-Day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was going to say 9/11, but I guess you just don't love America like I do. So
I would argue that I kind of rolled your thing into my thing by going farther back in time.
Yeah, but you didn't mention it and never forget.
No, that's a valid point. That's a valid point. Yeah. Shit.
You forgot, bitch. All right. Knock, knock. Who's there? 9/11. 9/11 who? You said you never forget.
God damn it. God fucking damn it.
Agreed. Agreed. Yep.
I had so much energy to be funny 2.5 hours ago.
I know, man. I'm so upset. This is probably not even worth putting up. This is probably just two sad, tired, grown men. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say before I forgot to mention. Yeah. I'm gonna put one of my slippers on because one of my feet are cold, and the other one's over there, so I can't get it. The other one's under my desk. So I'm tired.
Throw
right?
it in rage.
maybe. I forget. I saw red for a minute there.
Yeah, I get it. I can see it on your face every time I mouthed a word. You couldn't hear me.
I know, dude. We called each other like 47 times, and every
I called you
time
more than I called the unemployment office when I first lost my job.
topical and sad. Yeah. So I've been trying to stay active because I am back at work, and I went from sitting on my ass for 4 months straight, nonstop, all day, every day,
Right.
to having to walk like 4, 5, 6 miles in a shift.
Yeah.
Which the shifts are shorter now, which is great, but still, man, I'm not used to standing. I feel like a fucking baby giraffe. My knees keep buckling. It's weird. So, and every time I mention it to someone at work, they all say the exact same thing in the exact same tone. Where I'm just like, man, I haven't like been up and walking for a while, and they all go, yeah, takes some getting used to. I was just like, what? It feels like I joined a cult. Like everyone has all these inside jokes now. Work just feels different. But I've been trying to stay active, so I've been like trying to go on walks because I don't want to like have 3-4 days on work and then 3-4 days off and then come back and just be even more tired. So I went for like a 1.5 mile, 2 mile walk to the sandwich shop and back. Like it's a productive walk. Okay, if I'm walking,
I strolled calmly to bread. Fuck it.
Listen, if I'm gonna do any exercise, it's going to be for sandwiches. But it's also like I'm gonna check the temperature. What temperature is it outside? Fucking
it's
magic.
Fucking hot.
It is absurdly hot. Okay, so mine says 91, but with the heat index and the humidity, it feels like 100 degrees.
Yeah.
It feels like direct sunlight. Like I am fucking 30 feet away from it. It is hot.
It's brutal. When I was setting everything up, I went outside to get a mic stand out of the closet, and like, I mean, our air conditioner sets like 75. Like it's not fucking crazy cold.
Ours is like 78 or 79. Yeah. Like it's up there.
And I walked into the house and I went, whoa. I made that noise from the fucking change in temperature from the outdoors to it's fucking crazy.
Staggering, dude. It is alarmingly hot.
I'm gonna go on a 14-mile bike ride tomorrow. I'm going to die.
Yeah, you are going to die. You're going to be a dead person. This is the last episode, and it's not even a good one.
It's not. I'm going to put it out, but you know.
It might not even, I mean, fuck it, you know, but like, I wouldn't, is what I'm saying. I would not put this out as someone who's, hey guys, if you're listening to this right now, I want you to know, pause the video, smoke a lot of weed, jerk off real quick, come back. You earned it. Okay. Because I've like walking 2 miles and fucking so hot. I'm just tired. I'm spiking like crazy now because I'm just on the mic. I don't even care.
It's just on your tonsils.
I don't know how this fucking thing works. Yeah, I got the mic in here now. We did a drop off like drugs where you left it outside your fucking front door. I had to pick it up in a Kroger bag, but I have the mic here now. Yeah. So now my room is part place where I sleep, part studio, which is,
I mean, basically the same thing as my apartment was 6 months ago.
I soundproof it sometimes by putting my Mets blanket underneath the door.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
I mean, but, you know, it's the thought counts, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to be courteous.
That's what they say during technical endeavors where there's a right and wrong way to do it. They say it's the thought that counts.
Mm-hmm. Like you did it wrong.
All of this is unusable. But
100%. No.
But you tried.
Everything you did was the worst way you could have done it, but you definitely put your best foot forward.
Sir, unfortunately, the prostate cancer has spread. There's no way to treat it, but we did our best when we rubbed Greek yogurt on your feet. We thought that was the best call. We went with our heart. You know, that was. Was it technically correct? No.
Listen, we really thought it would work. Okay, in our defense. So, you know. Oopsie poopsie. Okay. Aren't you a medical doctor? Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
Not oncologist. That's what you can afford.
Did I ever make that joke that I thought an oncologist was a doctor that was on call?
No, is that a real belief that you had?
That's a 100% belief I had up until like 2 years ago. I was like walking down a hallway and there was a door for an oncologist, and I read the word and I went, oh. Okay.
That makes more sense to me.
I thought an oncologist was a doctor that was on call. Like, you watch any doctor show, they're like, yeah, I'm on call, but I have to come in, blah, 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 and make sure this person's CPAP machine is papping all the C's. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Oh, God.
You papping all the C's, doc.
Speaking of CPAP machines, I feel like that's one of the things that we don't need, because sleep apnea is your body deciding it's done.
Man, I wish I had sleep apnea because I'm not suicidal, but man, I just get tired of living sometimes, you know? And my body was just like, hey, buddy, we got this. We're gonna just get you out of here real quick. Yeah, come on, man. Like, that would be
kind.
That's your get out of jail free card, man. Like, you get the fucking like right now, like check please. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not tipping. I don't give a shit.
No, fuck no. Service was terrible. I'm writing a Yelp review. 1 star. Where's my water? Why did I put it down?
I don't know. Why did you put it down there? What are you thinking? What are you doing? What's wrong with you?
Everything.
Yeah. That's my line. You can't say that. I have a trademark.
Shit.
Copywritten.
Well, so I've been watching that Harley Quinn show. It's pretty good.
What Harley Quinn show? There's a Harley Quinn show?
Yeah, dude, It's delightful.
Is it like on CW? Do they have like shitty Southern rock ballads while they kiss in the rain?
Oh, no. So it's not in the Arrowverse.
Okay. That's good. That's good for everybody.
Yeah, I'm glad you actually mentioned that because I didn't think about it. So no, it's so DC has its own streaming service.
Okay.
Which I don't know anybody who's paid for it, but somebody has.
I can't pay for it because I didn't know it existed.
I mean, I'm paying for it because I'm watching this show legally. Wink, wink.
Okay, gotcha. I was gonna say, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
That's my winking sound. Yeah, no. So I definitely paid for this service.
Yeah.
And I'm watching. It's an animated show produced by Kaylee Cuoco from The Big Bang Theory. Like, all of this sounds terrible. It
does.
Right? It sounds so bad. It's a Harley Quinn show.
Is that the one I was seeing trailers for, where she like falls into the bat cave and gets caught on her pants, and then she's like, "Wow, how wacky!"
Yeah.
Oh,
It's very funny though.
oh,
I promise you.
cool. I mean, I believe
it's
you.
like, she keeps saying that Batman fucks bats. She's like, as sure as I know that this guy fucks bats. And he's just like, It's so good. Everyone is very, very good in it. There's a bunch of really good voice actors. She hangs out with Poison Ivy for the most part. She gets a crew of like Dr. Psycho, Clayface, Killer Shark, and Poison Ivy. And so all these fucking rejects. Oh, and fucking Clayface. They did Clayface. All the characterizations are really, really good. Like, Clayface is an actual like method actor. He's super duper annoying to hang out with because he's just like, well, what is my thespian character? If I'm going to be acting in the theater, I need to know my character for this role. Like, what is his backstory? And it's
so
like,
he's
Clayface
your character when we do puppets.
Yeah, except for less drunk. Yeah, so he's my puppet, basically. I want fucking royalties on this shit. I invented that character.
Yeah, no, you definitely. The idea of a washed-up actor who is drunk.
That's me. I invented that.
Never been done before.
Not one time. Not even
a single time.
I didn't steal it from Tropic Thunder, so I definitely didn't.
I know that. I know that about you. I know that's true.
Yeah.
Come on.
What else have I been doing? Oh, I got into Rocket League, so that's where I'm at. This is now just nerds talking. This is now just two nerds.
Spent $100 on the Steam sale recently to buy 10 games I already own.
That's amazing. I love that.
And one game I don't own. Well, previously owned, because I sold my Xbox last year.
Right.
And I have now realized, despite what people would like you to believe, a fucking MacBook Pro with Boot Camp on it can run some shit. Mm-hmm. So we've been talking about, I've been playing Dark Souls 2, and they had the Steam had their summer sale, and I was like, fuck, I miss Wolfenstein and Dishonored, so I own them now. But I also downloaded Prey, which I heard was very fun, and I'm very excited to play that. I have not started it yet because I feel like that's going to take over my life a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. I was like, oh, I'm just going to play Rocket League just to like get into it, and now that's like my life.
It's kind of the most important thing about you, like as a person.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel about biking now. Like I have turned into a cyclist, and it makes me sad.
Do you have all the cycling clothes?
Not quite yet. So I'm slowly transitioning.
Okay.
From
a man to a cyclist. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm mid therapy, right? You have to do the sessions before they actually let you get the surgery. So
you got to get the hormones, which is just Gatorade, into your veins. Yeah. It's Propel. You need Propel. You can't do Gatorade.
Can't get some sugar in that. Come on, I'm gonna burn out. How am I gonna do my climbs? How am I gonna do my 5% grade climbs if I got all that sugar going through my? I can't do that. That doesn't make sense.
You can't do it. It's preposterous.
No, and or you can do Arrow.
And just you wait, man. So you start off with the Propel, and then once you get to a certain level of cyclist, then you have to do uncarbonated La Croix.
No, see, so what they told me is eventually I'm going to get to the little gel packets, which I'm really excited about because that just seems futuristic.
I don't like when you say things that I don't know if they're real or not, and I know real. They are. What is real. That? What is a gel? I don't like when you introduce shit into my life because it's never cool shit. It's never cool.
I don't appreciate you insinuating that you had a shitload of cool to bring to the table initially.
I mean, the whole show is just you telling me about things that I don't want to know exist, but have indirectly influenced my life in some way or another.
This one's just stupid. It's just fucking super sugary gel. That's like it's basically like high calorie food. It's like astronaut food. It's just high calorie stuff that you can eat when you're riding, so that you're not like burning a shitload of calories and then eating a hamburger.
So it's like. Okay,
it's like a meal replacement bar, but it's something that's easier to like drink rather than actually. It's not solid, so it's just easier on your stomach if you're going to keep going.
Have you tried one of these?
No.
Okay,
because the thing is, like, in all seriousness, they're like 500 or 750 calories in this little thing that's like the size of a playing card.
Holy fucking shit! What?
And like, I mean,
that's like half a Big Mac.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a third of a Big Mac. Let's be real. This is fucking a quarter, maybe.
And we've been doing these rides, and they're like, it's like 13 miles, and I wind up burning like 1,000 calories when we go. But the half of the fun of it is coming back and be like, I'm eat Five Guys, and it's not even gonna fill me up. So I don't want to fuck it up with a bunch of other shit. But
yeah, no, you get your five. You don't want to like do the responsible thing and have a fucking little packet that makes you feel like, oh, somewhat satiated. You want to get the greasiest, nastiest, fucking most unhealthy shit after you bike. Yeah. For fucking 13 miles because that's why you're doing it.
Yeah. No, it's like, the Oatmeal, that the comic artist. This dude that's like, his name is Matt or Mike or something, but he calls himself the Oatmeal, and he's just like this. He just does web comics. But he's a distance runner. He does like ultra marathons and shit. And he did an interview with a running magazine, and they were like, hey, so like, can you like break down your diet? Like, what do you do to like prepare for a race? How are you eating when you're not like getting ready? And he's like, oh, you don't want to ask me that. The only reason that I run is so I can eat gummy bears 23 hours a day. So you definitely don't want to ask me about my diet because it's not.
I like that, dude. That makes a lot of sense to me. I wish I could change my lifestyle to revolve around eating nothing but fucking gummy worms. Oh, those fucking gummy worms are so good. Oh, they're my favorite. I don't like candy that is not chocolate, and those fucking gummy worms do something to me intimately. It's romantic what happens.
See, I used to feel that way, and then I stopped being able to eat chocolate, so now I have to like.
Oh, that's a fucking bummer.
Candies, yeah.
You got to get those little strawberry things that are always in every grandma's house.
You know what I'm all about is fucking gummy bears, but Haribo makes this fucking variety pack. That's little Coke bottles and little chewy gummy cherries, and then twin snakes, which number 1, Metal Gear. Number 2 is a sour snake and a sweet snake, and that shit's bomb.
I hate most of those, but I'm glad that you're happy. You seem the most excited I've ever seen about anything ever. I'm talking about gummies.
That has to be wrong.
Your eyes lit up like you were talking about your first child. You're just like, there's these gummies, and then I eat them, and that's it. And I'm so happy that they exist.
Yeah, that's where we're at in the world, man.
I know. It sucks. Is it cool if I just play DS while we do this?
Yeah, totally.
Fuck it. I mean, what else have I been up to?
I want you to tell me about the Oklahoma Supreme Court decision.
Dude, fucking let's get into that.
Please do, because all I know is what you told me yesterday, which was there's a guy whose name is like fucking Lemony Ass Grabber or some shit.
Jim Key McGirt.
And
fucking this is a real person, and a real person who is changing history, and I don't know how to feel about it because of what's happening.
You should feel bad.
I'm gonna just like just skim over. I tried to like read the article, and it's the whole like on the SupremeCourt.gov website. It's 86 pages, and it's nothing but words. It's the worst.
There's not a single fucking picture.
No, there's no graphs. There's no fucking no, just like, this is what happened. There's no chapter names. It's just, it's so fucking boring.
See,
you can't even like
Harry Potter, you got like a little animation slide at the beginning of every chapter.
Dude, if you just read, if you do that, like if you go to the page, you see the title, you see the little cartoon, you go to the next chapter, you can figure it the fuck out. It's not hard. Like, it's not.
You can piece it together.
More or less, for sure. So Jim Key McGirt.
Okay, go on.
It's a landmark United States Supreme Court case, according to Wikipedia, which ruled that, as pertaining to the Major Crimes Act, much of the eastern portion of the state of Oklahoma remains as Native American lands of the prior Indian reservations of the 5 civilized tribes, never de-established by Congress as a part of the Oklahoma Enabling Act of 1906. Okay. McGirt was related to Sharp v. Murphy, heard in the 2018-2019 term on this same question, but which believed. What is Sharp versus Murphy? Let's find that out.
Yeah, let's
just see what's going on there. Because I think this is pertaining to the But so McGirt, this is what happened, more or less. This is what fucking this motherfucker, dude. Okay, so Jim Key McGirt. I want to get the actual like what he did up. Like how this came to be.
Is it spelled like JIM-KEY? JIMCY. Fuck
Could
you.
Be Jim Key or Jim C.
Fuck you.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck him.
Just this fucking headline. Okay. It was a 5-4 decision in McGirt versus Oklahoma. So the Native Americans who, so that's what happened. Basically, he pulled up this whole fucking old court case being like, hey, they never like de-established or denounced or revoked this thing that said like this much land belongs to Native Americans. The thing about it though is like, why was McGirt bringing this up in the first place? Like, where was he?
I mean, my guess was like he was like doing nothing wrong, right? I'm assuming he was like
he was just it was like a ticket or something, you know?
Right. Yeah, it was like a speeding ticket. He was like, I'm gonna stick it to these guys. Like, I'll show them for giving me a speeding ticket for, blasting down the road at 32 miles an hour in my red 1996 Toyota pickup truck with one side
right.
Yeah.
Right. You don't think that in 1997, Jim Key McGirt, a member of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, was convicted in a state court of rape and other sexual offenses.
Okay, not great.
Very bad.
Not the best.
No. So that is where we are at right now in the world, is that we have rapists doing
White House.
Listen, okay, so I mean, we have so
on the Supreme Court.
We have rapists everywhere. Turns out. So I've mentioned this before on the whole race episode that we had a while back. That is still really relevant. The protests are still happening in Nashville and everywhere. It's fucking, I mean, no one's talking about what's happening in Seattle. No one's talking about what's happening in DC, but you know, those things are still happening. But with what we mentioned before is like, so with sexism and that kind of stuff is, if you want to know where the rapists aren't, you hang out where the women are, you know, like you got to listen to women when it comes to this stuff. Like, we don't listen to people of color when it comes to racisms because people don't want to believe in the racisms that happen. Right. And the same thing with women. When women are like, oh yeah, this dude that you know and are good friends with has made me uncomfortable. And the guys go like, well, what did he do? Like that's like an initial reaction where it should be like, oh man, that's not good.
Yeah. That's
bad. I don't like that. I'm going to hang out with that person less. Or like, I don't know, like, fuck, man. It's just listen to people. We have rapists in the Oval Office. We have rapists in the Supreme Court. We have here a rapist. There are rapists everywhere. A fucking rapist. I got a rapist giving Oklahoma back to the Seminole tribe.
It's so weird because, like, I want to be happy about that.
Listen, it is the one good deed. This is my name is Earl for a pedophile. That's what this is. Okay. This is a man who raped his life away. And then at the very end of it decided, you know what I'm going to do? What was that one? Oh my God. I wanted to like not My Name is Earl. The other show that I used to watch religiously as a child for whatever fucking reason, because kids have no taste. It was like a Nickelodeon show where like a kid got turned into a dog.
Holy fuck. That was the most depressing show ever.
It was very sad because this kid got
a dog forever.
Well, he got a dog, but he had to do 100 deeds. It was like 100 good deeds
for Eddie McDowd.
Oh my God. So it was very sad. Like, it was like, oh man, this kid's gonna be a human once he gets turned back into once you know he does all those 100 good deeds. That's what this rapist and maybe pedophile. I'm gonna say both are bad, and I don't want to like split hairs. I'm just gonna call them both because I didn't want to read all the other fucking sexual misconduct charges. But
sure, get that.
Fucking this rapist dude was just like, at the end of my life, I am going to do one good deed, and that is give the state of Oklahoma to my people. I think he's still alive. He's not dead. This was like a week ago. I know.
So on the note of Eddie McDowd,
let's talk about 100 good deeds of Eddie McDowd. This is way more fun.
It's way more fun, but also incredibly dark.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I remember he was a dog, and I remember he had like a heart-shaped birth.
So
what's that called? Birth spot? Birthmark.
Yeah. So the plot, according to Wikipedia, is Eddie McDowd is considered to be a schoolyard bully by his peers, and he bullies others without mercy. One day, while bullying a kid after school, he's caught by a kind of mystical man. God, a 7-year-old wrote this shit. Long story short, he's fucking a high school bully. To which, okay, yeah, that you're kind of an asshole for that, whatever. But then some crazy street wizard is just like, you don't get to be a person anymore.
Mm-hmm. For this like 14, 15-year-old asshole.
Yeah.
When like, hey man, can you get actual bad people? Like, could you, who the fuck, who's this goddamn street wizard passing judgment upon unruly teens?
It's like, there was this weird thing in like children's media where older people would horrifically punish children for shit that they couldn't understand the weight of, like, I'm not justifying bullying. Bullying's terrible. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but like, we don't know this kid's backstory.
Yeah.
But like, have you ever thought about Beauty and the Beast?
Dude, yeah, so much.
The prince was like 9 when some crazy bitch who is described as very scared. Into your house. And he's like, so no, because you are old and weird and I live alone in a castle.
I'm a child who lives in a castle by himself with all his weird ass servants who sing a lot. I'm a little worn out with bullshit.
She's like, cool. Now you might die alone as a monster because you have to discover true love by 21.
See, and what's funny is I had a similar interaction today, actually. So when I was walking back from getting my sandwich,
a street wizard approached you and was like, let me into you. And you were
minus the magic. Hang on, let me explain. So I was walking back from the sandwich shop, getting my sandwich, sweating my fucking asshole off. And I walked past this small child. It was like a fucking, I don't know, it was like between the ages of 5 and
you walked to him 12. And were like, hey, can I get inside you?
Here's a sandwich. Let me into your home. No. I was just walking past, and this kid like walked outside to go get the mail, saw me, stopped, and then ran to the mailbox and ran back inside. And at first I was like, man, I'm not going to hurt you. But at the same time, I was like, that's the right response that a child should have.
Seriously.
For an adult walking down the street. You don't fucking know me. And like, here's the thing. That kid was, I think, maybe like 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And it was a little black girl. I'm also a black person. The fact that she saw a stranger and ran, I was like, good. Fucking, I crossed the street, so she knew I wasn't trying to fuck with her, and she still ran. Like, whoever raised her's doing a good job. That's how you should respond. Because listen, you're a child. You're so fucking short. Adults are like 2 to 3 times as big as you. Oh, that's fucking like, imagine if we as adults had like fucking 20-foot tall people just walking around being like, hey, you want a cookie?
You ever been tied up in a van?
They could just pick you. They'd be like, okay, and here we go, and now you're mine. Like, dude, it'd be fucking terrifying if we had like 15, 20-foot tall people.
Excuse me, middle-aged man. I'm looking for my giant dog. Can you help me? I would get raped so fast. A giant dog? Fuck yeah, let's go, man. That's really cool. No window's weird. I bet it's cool in there, though.
I haven't seen a dog, but I really want to see a big dog. I want to ride it.
Like,
that'd be cool.
Is it big to you? Because if it's big to you, it's giant to me. Like, I
gotta climb it like Shadow of the Colossus.
Fuck yeah. I wouldn't stab it, though, because I'm not a monster.
No, you would just ride it. Yeah. You'd be like, this is pretty cool.
And I would name it something clever relating to science fiction that I can't think of at the moment.
Yo, speaking of science fiction, I started paying for another streaming service.
Jesus Christ, man. Just get cable.
Wink, 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 nudge, 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 wink, wink. I'm watching all these shows.
Yeah.
Definitely not through a fucking downloadable fucking app or whatever.
No. That would be
that my friend set up, that my girlfriend has set up through her ex's brother or whatever. It's weird. It would be if it was real.
The world's weird. Go on.
I started watching the new Twilight Zone series, man.
I have not watched the second season because the first season wasn't very good.
You didn't like the first season?
I liked moments of some of the episodes, but I checked out when they did the episode where there was an alien virus that was making everybody super violent.
Okay, well, stop there because I don't know. I haven't seen that one yet.
All right.
I just watched
season 1 or season 2?
Season 1.
Oh, okay. Never mind. So
yeah, I just started watching. Like, I'm like 3 episodes in.
I watched the stand-up episode. I thought that one was cool. I just feel like they could have done more with it. Like,
they could have done more, or they could have shortened it.
Yeah, it made its point and then kind of stuck around a little bit too long.
Yeah, it was very, very clear which direction it was heading, and then then it happened, and I was like, cool. It was nice to see Tracy Morgan, but like,
for sure, yeah,
that was cool. And I love Kumail Nanjiani. He's great.
He did a great job of that. Like, everybody that was involved in the writers were the only people that really kind of like flubbed it. Everybody that was involved on camera was phenomenal.
I think it's also very hard to just recreate that magic. It was kind of like lightning in a bottle, just because of the kind of person that Rod Serling was.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Just so fucking awesome.
They're never gonna match that. But I mean, like, they did some cool stuff that, I mean, I don't know, like, I think I checked out after the Alien Parasite episode. You'll know which one I'm talking about. There's an asteroid. Okay. That's all I'm going to say, but you'll know what I'm talking about. That was the one that kind of killed it for me because it was the only episode where there was no subtlety at all.
I see. Okay. All right. I just finished the Rewind episode.
What happens in that one? Because I watched that whole season, but I can't remember.
With the camcorder and the cop.
Oh yeah,
that one was good.
That one made my hair stand up?
Yeah, that one was pretty fucking solid, man. Yeah. It's weird too because it relates to now, and it's weird only because like that came out in 2019, right? Like that episode I think came out early, maybe mid 2019. I think so. And
it did because I was talking about watching it when we first started doing the show.
Okay. So it must have just come out then. So probably like a little more than a year ago. But with that episode, it's weird because I must spoil it real quick. Just give a spoiler alert because I have gotten in trouble by people that have listened to the show that I spoil things.
Why did you spoil? We talk about 20-year-old shitty movies.
It was The Prestige.
Give me a name and an address, and I'm gonna slap this bitch.
It's my girlfriend who donates to our Patreon. She was like, "You spoiled The Prestige. You said you wanted to watch it with me." I was like, "Yeah, but I was also just talking with my buddy about a movie I love."
I'm going to rescind my comment because obviously not super cool of me to say that about a lady.
You didn't know. I set you up. That was fucking mean. I saw it in your eyes and I was like, I'm going to keep this train rolling, baby.
Having said that, there has not been a Supreme Court decision.
It is 14 years old.
There's a cutoff on spoilers.
There is a cutoff. Sure.
I don't know what the time frame is. I would vote 10 to 15 years personally.
I would. It's hard because it's fair, right? But it's also unfair because there are so many movies, so it's tough, and there's so many different kinds of people. But at the same time, like, I want to talk about movies and shows.
Here's the thing. When I say there's a cutoff for spoilers, I don't mean that at that point we force feed the information into your brain and you just have to deal with it. There's just a point at which you don't get to be mad.
Yep.
When somebody does that.
I agree. I agree with that.
You can turn it off. I mean, you can't turn a human being off. You have to say, "Hey, I haven't seen that. and hope they're not an asshole." Mm-hmm. But like, if you're watching a show, you can just be like, "Oh, I don't want to hear that." I think there's a video series that I watch. I've watched it 3 times because I think it's entertaining, and they have a conversation about I don't even know. They have a conversation about Birdman, which I still have not seen, and I have not seen that section of that stream because I skip it every time. Because that's how you deal with spoilers that you don't want to see. That's all.
He fucks a bird. That's the end.
I'm positive that's not real.
He fucks a bird in the end of the movie. You know, it's funny you say that now, and then you'll start watching it, and you're like, he might fuck a bird. You'll be like 30 minutes in, and you're like, oh, he might actually fuck a bird. I faked a spoiler once for a friend for Winter Soldier. Again, we're just gonna spoil shit now. So if you don't like that,
this is just the spoiler.
This is not. Yeah, we're just gonna talk about shit that we like. It's for the Captain America Winter Soldier, where I was like, yeah, Nick Fury dies, and she's like, why the fuck would you tell me that? And I was like, watch the movie. And she was like, no, I can't watch it now. You just fucking ruined it. And then I was like, dog, if I tell you now, you're gonna be really mad that he doesn't die. He fake dies. So, like, he does die, but then he doesn't die because he's, you know, fucking whatever. Who gives a shit? Magic. There's a serum or whatever. Who fucking cares? But like, man, she was so much like, I'm not watching that fucking movie now. You ruined it for me. And I was like, I didn't though. I didn't. I was just joking. I had to pretend like I was joking. And she's like, fine, I'll watch it. But
so the reason we got on this is you're going to spoil a year-old Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, so the whole thing is just like it's about cops and black people and how cops kill black people, and then at the end of it, like, there's a magic camcorder, right? And that this woman can rewind or whatever, and so at the end, like, they get to this black university, and there's a bunch of people out there with like cell phones and cameras out and stuff, recording the cops, and the cops back down because they're more afraid of black people, and they're more afraid of being seen as tyrants than than black people are afraid of cops. Like, it's really powerful, and it's a really, really nice message, and I liked that episode a lot. But watching it last night, it's weird how quickly science fiction became science fact, became science falsehood. Like, how in a matter of like 2 months, not even like maybe like 14 months, this whole thing just like this particular episode anyway, because cops don't fucking care.
They don't give a shit.
They really don't. They really don't about being seen.
Yeah.
What they do, because they know they get away from it. Like, they'll get off scot-free. So it is weird watching it and being like, oh man, like, it's supposed to be very uplifting at the end. Well, not at the very end, like the guy gets killed by a cop off screen anyway, which is fucking like, you could like, after watching that, it just reminded me of Get Out and how the original ending was supposed to be.
Still haven't seen that either.
Wow.
I know.
What a way to cut me off right before I spoiled the fake ending. There's a deleted scene for the movie, and it just like the end. It was going to be an alternate ending, and it reminded me of that. Oh, spoilers for Get Out. White people are evil. That's
yeah.
Just the movie though. Just in the movie, it's a piece of fiction. It's
No,
not.
of course, no, it's not.
Not in real life.
It's not a documentary.
No. No.
What was the other? Did you say You're Next? I always think about that whenever I hear Get Out, because they came out around the same time-ish.
No, what's your next?
Do you like campy horror movies?
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal campy horror movie where this similar beginning premise, a couple is going to like a retreat or something, like with the family, but then I think it's the girl is dating a guy who's part of like a super rich family, and they go and they're like spending a weekend at the cabin or whatever, and then all of a sudden these three assassins just start murdering family members, and it's just like a B movie. It's one of my favorite like campy B movie horror movies that have come out in the last like 5 years. It's fucking
That's great.
Phenomenal.
Have you seen Don't Breathe?
Yes.
So good. I just watched that like a couple weeks ago.
I have
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, no, I was super impressed by it. I've never looked at turkey basters the same way again.
Nope. Which was talk about fucking horror movies. You think it's going to be just about a blind dude in a house, and then it's got so much more depth to it.
That's why I really loved that fucking movie, because like
out of nowhere, dude.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, like nowhere. It's creepy that this guys can hear good.
Yeah, it's evil Daredevil in a house is what it is.
Exactly. No,
but just like
one of the most fun twists in a horror movie,
dude. And like we watched a trailer right beforehand, and the trailer did a great job, which I think fucking trailers need to be better about this. Did not give away that twist whatsoever. Did not show
have been as much
anything.
Fun to watch.
No, if you know what's
no.
No. But what a good fucking twist, man.
So much
I mean,
fun.
I wish trailers did that shit more often. Like how Christopher Nolan's trailers never have the third act in them.
Yeah.
Why don't more people do that shit? Like, I'm tired of, especially for like comedy movies, dude. I'm tired.
Have any confidence in their art.
Studios don't have confidence in the art. Studios we need to show people the best parts of this movie, so they go see the movie, and they've already seen the best parts. But like, oh, you're next. Not you're next. Sorry, what did I? Knives Out. Fucking great.
I heard great stuff, but no, we keep talking about that because I keep mixing it up with like Bad Times at the El Royale.
I watched both of those in the same week, and I almost watched them in the same night, and I made the conscious decision not to. Did you see Bad Times? It is too stylized. I could tell they were going to be too similarly stylized.
What if everything was neon?
What if all like the red and yellows just fucking popped? Just fucking popped it.
Are you bleeding from your nose a little bit there? Man?
Why? I just want all those videos to bring a pop. No, it's actually I watch. They're very different too. Like they're very, very different movies. They look the same. The poster makes them look similar,
Very similar.
But when you actually watch them, they feel differently and they look differently. Bad Times at El Royale has a much more like vintagey feel to it. It's darker.
It's like more of like a period piece kind of thing, right? Yeah.
Have you seen either?
No.
Both are good. I would say Knives Out's way better, and Bad Times at El Royale is really just like, it's the way I would put it is, this is going to sound weird. It is like a grittier version of Mamma Mia in the sense that it is a bunch of fucking like, I know.
It's like a colorblind casting of a violent version of Hairspray.
You get it. You understand. No, there's not. It's just a bunch of fucking really, really good actors who are really well known from particular franchises, just having fun together. You know, like that's what Mamma Mia is, and that's what Bad Times at El Royale is. It's not a great movie. The ending is very, very just like, like it's not good and it's not terrible. It does burn out pretty because it's so stylized and cool, and then at the end it's just kind of like, But I mean, Knives Out is fucking spectacular all around.
Are they making a sequel?
I think they are, but it's going to have nothing to do with anybody except for I think Daniel Craig and his buddy cops.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which are like, it's all the like so it was Daniel Craig who plays like a deep southern like Louisiana style detective, which is great. Basically Pepperwood, if you're a fan of New Girl. So it's Daniel Craig as Pepperwood. It is fucking Lakeith Stanfield, who is one of my favorite actors of all time. He's so fucking good. I just watched Uncut Gems too, which was stressful. And then I don't know this dude's fucking name, but he was Kid Blue in Looper. Man, if you don't like movies, this is a pointless. This is because I am just like. So okay, yeah, I forgot. So Rian Johnson directed Knives Out, also did Looper. I think JGL also makes a quick cameo, like a voice cameo, in Knives Out, because those guys are fucking bros. Which, man, I would love to hang out with Rian Johnson and JGL, just being like, you guys remember that time that you did Brick? It was so good. You guys remember Looper? I like Looper. Looper was cool. How'd you do the eyebrows to make you look like Bruce Willis? I like that. Can I have one of the guns? Those guns were really cool. All the guns in Looper were so fucking cool, man. I usually don't give a shit about like guns, like in movies and stuff, because they're like just like whatever. But like they made those guns look so fucking rad.
Well, that's like, I mean, that's part of world building, right? Is like, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, like firearms are just a part of everyday life, like in entertainment and media and news and everything else, in at least in the U.S. So when you're like, he had a Glock. You're like, okay, I could go buy 3 of those right now. That's not fun.
It's not cool, no.
But it's like, weird reference. Have you seen Showtime? That Eddie Murphy, Robert De Niro train wreck that was also very fun to watch?
No, that sounds terrible.
It was super fun. The basic premise is that Eddie Murphy is a cop that wants to be an actor, and Robert De Niro is a cop that thinks that acting is for ladies. And so they wind up having a reality show together, and Robert De Niro hates it and is grumpy, and Eddie Murphy's super enthusiastic. It's a fun time. That
sounds like a real romp.
But they the crime they're chasing is this guy that has this weird gun that he like made in his house that shoots like 1 billion caliber bullets or some shit. And it's
that.
It's cool because you're just like, that thing looks weird as fuck. So like, if it's not real, it's fun.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's and like they give backstory to the how the guns work in Looper.
Okay.
And they look really cool. Have you not seen Looper? Oh, okay.
I don't care if you spoil that though.
Okay, it's fucking. I don't want to. It's like the ending is really cool. If you don't think about it, if you just don't, because it's time travel. Because it's fucking time travel.
You can't think about most time travel movies.
No. And my favorite thing.
Go on. I'm gonna think about this.
Okay. And my favorite thing about Looper is when they mention that is like, so JGL is a younger Bruce Willis.
Right.
And they sit down at a table when they first meet. They're like a fucking diner. And JGL is trying to get together everything that happened with like in the 30 years that he becomes Bruce Willis, and he's like trying to figure out like how he went back in time and whatever, and he's a real fucking asshole about it, which is really cool because like if you met your future self, most times you'd be like, man, what can I learn from you? Like, what can I do to make life better? And he's just like, fuck you, I'm gonna do whatever I want. Your life isn't my life. I'm gonna become a different person. You fucking tell me what you did, I'm gonna do the opposite. Fucking believe that. And it's so good, and it's like it's very in character, but you also are blindsided by how just much of an asshole this dude is. But like he's asking all these questions about time travel, and Bruce Willis's character just cuts him off. He's like, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We are straight up not doing this, because if we start talking about time travel, we'll be here for hours with diagrams made out of fucking straws. We are not doing this. And I was just like, thank you, fucking any time travel movie ever. Because then people on YouTube are like, well, if you go to this movie and then this part is actually this part, but then this part because they did this in the past, in the future, and then they said this is no, fuck you. Okay, no, they just cut it out very early on, and we're just like, we're not fucking, time travel's weird, and this is what is happening. I don't get it.
I've seen so many time travel movies. I'm now, as you're talking, I'm like, oh, and this one's cool. Have you seen Primer?
No.
It is, to the best of my knowledge, one of the only time travel movies that like actually does work. Like it obviously it's fucking made up, but like they followed their own rules to a ridiculous degree, but it's very convoluted. Like I looked it up to find the name. I just looked up time travel movies and I found it. But one of the first 3 YouTube results is Primer illustrated explanation, and it's a half hour long.
I love that.
It's so good. Like it's an independent movie. It came out 16 years ago. It is all yellow for some reason. Like it looks like the desert scenes in Breaking Bad. I don't know why. That's
what Mexico looks like. Mexico's just sepia toned.
Sure. But it's a phenomenal time travel movie, but it will rock your world for several weeks. It'll take a while to get over it. So watch it.
Okay.
But just be prepared to not really be able to think about anything else for a while.
I haven't seen a movie like that in so long. I will say Birdman's kind of like that. It did that to me for like 3 days after the first time I saw it, where I was just genuinely like, I don't know if I like this fucking movie or not. I have no idea. I felt the same way about Drive. When I watched Drive.
I love Drive.
Oh, Drive's great. But my cousin was like, dude, watch this movie. And I was like, all right. I sat down, watched it with him. And then it was like his second or third viewing. And he just looked at me and he looked back at the screen. And he looked like almost angry. Like he was just like, I can't tell if this is an 8 out of 10 or a 2 out of 10. I don't know if this movie's good or if it's bad. I can't tell.
So the one thing I will say is apparently that was the first time that movie was made in America. But there's a movie called Only God Forgives that is also Ryan Gosling. And it's apparently like basically the same, like kind of the same movie, but violenter, and it's a 10 out of 10. It is a Korean movie, and I have not.
Ryan Gosling's in a Korean movie?
Mm-hmm. It's very weird.
Mad weird, but I'm about it.
But I haven't seen, I've only heard good things, but I haven't seen it because I tend to do other stuff when I watch movies, and I haven't really been able to devote 2 hours to like, I'm going to read this movie.
Also, Christina Hendricks is in the American one, so like that is a selling point on it too. You know what I'm saying?
Also, watch Time Crimes, which is a Spanish movie or Mexican. Yeah, it's a Mexican movie.
Okay.
But that one
I like the name.
It is wonky as fuck. I'm not gonna. The movie starts with this dude like he lives in. Honestly, wherever he lives looks a lot like Nashville. Like it's a very foresty area. And he walks into his backyard one day and he looks in the backyard and he sees this dude with a bunch of bandages on his face, and it looks like he just killed a lady. And the main character's like, the fuck? And then the dude turns around and stares at him and he's like, shit, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And he runs away and jumps into a vat in this weird building that he finds, and it is a time travel vat, and ridiculousness ensues.
I like when people get really weird with time travel, where they're like, it's so a goo. Fun. It's just a goo.
It's so much fun.
Like, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
We're already doing time travel. Let's just make it a fucking goo.
How serious do we have to fucking make this?
That's what I liked about the Avengers time travel is they had to go through. It wasn't time travel. It was like you jumped through quantum space to get to a different point in time.
Yeah.
And the only way you could do it was with shrinky particles. I fucking love how silly and dumb that is. Like, that is the dumbest shit. We need this red goop to put into our spacesuits so we can go through the quantum zone realm timeout land and then jump back into fucking a different time because that's how it works now. Like, it took them a while to set it up, but also like if the whole movie was just them figuring out how to do time travel, I would have loved that. If it was Avengers, if that was like if they did the Infinity War saga as like Avengers Infinity War 1, Avengers Infinity War 2 and 3, if like instead of Endgame, if like the second one was just them being like, we don't know how time travel works. Let's just spend like an hour and a half, 2 hours figuring it out. And they kept like de-aging Scott and making him a baby and an old man and like making Ant-Man an old man. Like, oh, dude, I would have watched that shit forever. That was so much fun.
Yeah, and it would have put 2 years between me and sobbing openly in a movie theater as an adult. So there would have been a lot of wins.
The more time we can put between me and that is just A+ work. It really make sure I don't openly weep in a movie theater.
As a grown man.
That's what I did when I fucking watched the Mr. Rogers documentary. Not the Tom Hanks one, but this is a documentary.
That's a little bit more valid. Like I personally do not have a strong connection to Mr. Rogers. I'm grateful for the things that man did because he was an incredibly valuable human.
Just a nice man.
Yeah, no, he was just
a nice
person.
Man.
But it doesn't like I didn't watch the show really when I was little, so I'm just glad that they're nice people.
Yeah.
But that makes more sense to me because like that had like a profound effect. Like that was a real human that had a profound effect.
It was a real person. Yeah. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah.
No matter how many times you say on your left, you're never running at super speed. But I heard that in the movie theater and I went, oh God.
Keep in mind, I did too. When I heard on your left, I was just like, man, the ultimate callback, dude. What a good fucking callback. So good. Like, it was like, because a lot of times with like these comic book movies, they're really fan servicey and it's over the top and it's annoying.
Where it's just like you're.
Rise, oh man, fucking fan service the film.
Mad at that movie.
Didn't we watch that together?
We did.
We walked out both being like, worth its weight in shit. Turns out.
So see you tomorrow at work. See you tomorrow at work.
Yeah, see you tomorrow again. That was not what I wanted it to. Yep.
I honestly I would have been happier if J.J. Abrams came out and was just like, listen, guys, you hated the middle one, and that's fine. I'm going to fix it.
Which is the best one.
It's the best one. It's
Ryan Johnson for the win.
1,000,000%.
He's a great filmmaker. He's phenomenal. He's great.
One argument that I've heard people make not in favor of the second one, which I do agree with, is that Finn just starts his character arc over again. And it does annoy me.
That is very annoying, but also all the stuff with Finn is kind of,
he's not a well-developed character in any way, shape, or form.
No. And what's weird, like in fucking Force Awakens, he has so much potential.
Yes.
And then it really felt like they didn't know what to do with him.
100%.
Like, it just felt like they said like he was going to be really cool. He could have done like his thing right at the end of fucking episode 7 was like, it could go anywhere for him.
Yeah.
It could go any direction. He could like learn how to use the fucking lightsaber better. He could become, I mean, he's a fucking soldier. He's a stormtrooper. Like, he should know how to like wield weapons better instead of just running away from stuff.
Canonically, if you're not force sensitive, you can't use a lightsaber. Go on.
Fair, but also not true in a weird way. Like, that's the Star Wars canon is all kinds of fucked.
I know it's all kinds of wonky, but I mean, like,
they don't know what they're doing. It's too many we talked about this before with the fucking Marvel movies and how I mentioned the timeline's all weird because of Nick Fury's big week. Because before they got everything together, it was a bunch of different filmmakers maybe trying to create a shared universe before anyone else really had, you know?
Yeah.
And now with Star Wars, like, it just switched hands too many times.
Yeah.
And lots of different ways. So like you had the Skywalker saga, all the ones with that episode whatever number in them, bunch of different directors, you know, George Lucas, and then that one guy, I think Irving Berlin was his name. It wasn't. That's a vaudeville joke for people who are big fans of musical theater from the 1920s. Because I am.
I half got it. I knew that was wrong. I just didn't know why.
I love that. I was like, oh man, this joke is. The people who get it are going to be so happy, and the people who don't get it are going to be like, it was Irving Kershner who directed episode 5. Fuck you. Okay, I know what I'm doing.
Why are the middle ones always the best ones?
I don't know. The third one,
because they were all trash.
Okay. They were. Except for my boy J Dubs. J Dubs brings it out with the score. Come on.
That's everybody's argument. But to be fair, he was going to make phenomenal music no matter what he was involved in.
Yeah.
Just put it on it's like buying a fucking hand woven silk scarf and putting it on a pile of shit. It's still a nice scarf, but you kind of
really nice scarf. Oh, dude, the fucking big like orchestral chorus just been so good. Oh man, I fucking also Darth Maul, man. It's weird how like. Man, now I don't want to go too deep in the Star Wars hole because it's very easy just to be like, oops, now I'm just deep down. Darth Maul, one of the coolest looking characters, one of the best introductions of a character of all time. Motherfucker just comes out with the double shit, like, and we're all like, what? Split my little fucking 6-year-old mind. And then like in all the TV shows and cartoons afterwards, they were just like, man, they really did that guy dirty. He's so fucking rad. And they gave him such a really, really, really cool backstory.
Yeah.
And fucking regular story. Like his character arc is so fucking awesome.
It's just weird. It just feels like it's how many tries did it take to actually like make him stick though? Because they tried to put him in everything. He was in Solo for a minute for some weird fucking reason.
Well, this was all like after. So
no, I know.
I mean, Solo, I kind of I liked Solo a lot, and I liked that Darth Maul was in it because they didn't have to.
Sure.
They could have, I mean, for the most part in the movies, they really, really ignore the prequels. And when they don't, it's always the best. Like I like that in Solo because it's it happened in the shows where they give him the robot legs and he's doing his fucking thing, and then like the robot legs like get a mind of their own, corrupt his brain, so he like attacks the wrong people even though he's already evil enough. It's really they spell it out way better than I am. Like the legs have force powers. I don't fucking know. It's great. I love it because the people from their planet use magic, which is a force power that Jedis and Sith don't have. It's magic with a K. Okay, because fucking I hate when that's my least favorite thing. Quick tangent inside this tangent is when anyone in fantasy has a magic system and they spell it, it's either like magique or magic with a J or a K. Get the fuck out of here.
Ruined Skyrim for me.
Yeah,
the fact that it was Magica. Yep. Fuck you. Come up with a better name.
Come on,
or just call it magic.
I'm fine with calling it magic.
The dragons.
You didn't call them Dragona. You didn't do that shit.
These are not elves, they're elfin. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I'm here for the elves and dwarves, bitch. All right. Don't fucking give me Elvina and Dorvina. Like, don't give me that. I don't want it.
But they did that too with the fucking Dwemer.
Well, no, I like that. I'm okay with that in Skyrim because it's like slang versus like actual.
Yeah.
It's like race versus ethnicity, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah. Where it's like they're Dwemer, but we call them dwarves. Right. Like
that's fair.
I like that. I like that a lot. Like they all have their own thing, and then like within that they can create like weird racial slurs within like the fucking like gray elves or whatever, the dark elves, and like this is the gray quarter. That's what it was. So. Yeah. It's a part of the world building. Like as long as you use it right, like they still very much like these are Dwemer, but they're fucking dwarves.
and they use magicka. Fuck you.
Nope. Get the fuck out of here. Mana, fine. Magic,
it's established.
Fine. Yeah, because it's an established term.
If you're
that we
gonna
all agreed
change it,
upon.
you have to change it for fucking real.
Yeah, no, or just don't.
Or don't. Like, I mean, it's definitely super weird to think that's how you have to make your mark, but you know, do it if you're gonna.
Yeah, I mean, fucking, if it ain't broke, man.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Also, with those kinds of things, like those things are tropes for a reason, because that's why we're into it, you know? Like,
yeah. And it takes so much, it's so much less explaining. Like, you have to explain to me the fact that dragons have souls that I can eat and I can talk like them, but not really what I can learn it. But I don't have time to learn what fucking...
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I can get on board with that. But then once you say magicka, I'm like, fuck you. It's weird too, because like, I think in the game when you're using a specific kind of magic, they call it magic. It's not like destruction magicka. It's destruction magic.
Destruction magic, yeah. Magicka
but
is, they say magicka instead of mana. That's what it is. It's your energy force.
No,
which is why it's so infuriating.
No.
Recharge
because they don't want to say
to do the magic.
They don't want to say magic meter.
Right.
Because then it takes you out of the experience.
It does break the fourth wall a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it does, but that's fine. Like Zelda always breaks the fourth wall, and I never give a fuck. True. If characters in game are just like, press the Z button, I'm like, okay,
that's what they've done from Ocarina of Time. Maybe you should try Z targeting.
Yeah. Like, all right, thank you.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Appreciate it.
If you say, I'm a child, I'm gonna put you through this wall.
Fuck you, you piece of shit. But I forget.
I have no fucking clue what we were talking
about. Darth Maul's cool.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna cut the episode around here soon.
All right.
There's things I wanted to do with the day. Well, I was supposed to be done with the episode like 2 hours ago, and we started an hour.
Supposed to be done when we started. Yes.
Yeah, it's true. And this became just us talking about movies and stuff, which is great.
That's what I wanted. I mean, once a week we're allowed to put out an episode where you just fucking.
This is nice. This keeps me sane.
That's what I'm saying.
Also, can you start watching One Piece, because I would love to talk about One Piece with you on this show. It would make me so happy.
I would love to do that for you. Genuinely, this is not a joke. The other half of the statement that is also not a joke is there's no way that's going to happen because I have no free time for that.
That is fair. I can get behind that. It's a good reason. Usually people are like, I don't want to watch that show because there are 927 episodes.
Well, I mean,
plus all the movies.
To be honest with you, like I went
to go see in theaters.
How much you like that show? You cannot convince me that half those episodes are not filler. It's an anime.
Half of them aren't.
Yeah, half of them aren't, and half of them are.
No. It's like maybe
it's an anime. There's no way. At least a third.
No, dude, it's all world building.
I don't know if I'm gonna find a fucking how to watch One Piece without filler guide online.
And it'll be like, oh, instead of watching 927 episodes, it'll be watch like fucking 850. There's so much world building, dude. There's so much fucking world building.
Yeah, but like Bleach had like 800 episodes and you really only needed like 20 of them.
I never watched Bleach, so I don't know.
Really fun. I love that show.
Okay, well then, people, if you're listening to this right now, you should go watch One Piece and then just DM me about it.
Watch 1 through 53, skip 54 to 60, then watch 61 to 97, then skip 98, 99, then do 100, then skip 102. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you skip halfway through. Yeah,
I don't know if I agree with it though. That's the thing, is I'm sure you missed a lot of really cool shit that they bring back up.
I mean, I don't know. Most of I watched all of Bleach and then I watched it without filler and I didn't feel like I missed a single thing. Because, I mean, to be fair, Bleach was pretty bad about just like, what if we hung out in the afterlife for a month? Do you guys want to eat sushi and talk about being dead? It's weird.
I kind of want to eat sushi and talk about being dead. I don't want to watch people do it. I want to do it. That sounds great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I ate poke today. It was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, that sounds so good. I'm gonna eat the rest of this sandwich later once I get off camera. Because what's worse than listening and watching someone in a video?
Oh, nobody's gonna watch you eat anything. There's no video for this.
Oh, that's not cool. Great.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better because I keep looking over at my candle because I'm starting to smell something burn, but it's not the candle. I'm just like, what the fuck? What is so far? So that's good. I'm glad no one can see that. Also, my facial hair is horrendous right now.
I was gonna say you shaved off the mustache. I'm mad at
you. Yeah, no, it looks bad. I look like if Captain Ahab was a member of Outcast. That's what I look like. I look like an Amish Lenny Kravitz.
I'll be honest with you. Makes me feel really good to know that you know that.
Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it so much. This is function, not fashion, because at work I have to wear a mask all day.
I get it.
And we should be wearing masks all day, everybody, when you're outside around people. I'm not complaining about that. What I am complaining about is how it rubbed up against the stash.
Yeah.
It hurt. It hurt a lot. So I had to shave it because the rest of this was fine. And no one fucking, the best thing at work is people don't see it with the mask on. Like, they don't see my face. And then boom, horrendous. It looks terrible. I don't like it. But this is, I could either shave everything off and then have my whole face be itchy and look like a weird, chubby 9-year-old because I have a baby face and I haven't shaved my whole face off in probably fucking 5 or 6 years on purpose. The stash is, again, like the last time I shaved my face entirely, I got rid of the stash. So this is like, seeing my upper lip for the first time in like half a decade is very strange.
Oh, dude, I get it. When I had a beard for like 5 or 7 years and then I shaved it off, and that was the weirdest thing.
You wake up in the morning, you're like, hey,
it was,
like
it was
startled
a 300
every time.
beard too. Did I ever show you a picture of that?
Yeah, you sent me pictures of you fat with a beard.
Fat me, yeah.
It is glorious. Oh, I love it. It is shocking though. Yeah. Like I have to look hard to be like, is that the same person? Is that really him? It's weird. It's weird.
So yeah,
I'm very tired.
I know. Well,
I'd go watch one of the things I mentioned, man. If Knives Out's great. For people at home who can watch One Piece, it's officially on Netflix. So
is the whole series on Netflix?
No. It's like it's got a decent amount on there though. Like there's a point in the show.
Just get Crunchyroll, right? And that has fucking everything.
It does. Crunchyroll is also really, really good. I like it a lot. Get Verve instead because Verve has a couple other things in addition to Crunchyroll, and I don't think it's much more expensive.
Yeah, but Verve also has the worst UI of any online service I've ever used.
It's not great,
but they do have Harmon Quest, which I pay $10 a month for twice a year to watch and then cancel. I love that. Harmon Quest is one of the greatest things I've ever watched. I just don't.
I should get into that next. That should be my next thing.
If you like Dan Harmon's writing, you will love that show.
Cool. I'm into it.
So good. Kumail Nanjiani's in it for an episode. He's one of the guest stars.
I know Jason Mantzoukas is in it, and I fucking adore Jason Mantzoukas. Not just because I look like him. I'm Jason Mantzoukas. This is who I am. Okay, you put things up your butt, and you have a good time.
Okay, first and foremost, you sound exactly like him. Secondly, I didn't realize that I was doing the show with you, sir. Why have you not promoted it better? We could be having more listeners.
Honestly, I don't know. I didn't realize I was doing this show, okay? Because I'm Jason Mantzoukas. I'm everywhere. I'm all over the place. You cannot track me down. I intentionally made it, so I am untrackable.
Jeez, that's good. That's upsetting. That's really disturbing.
What I do so you can't track me is I wrap my entire body in aluminum foil, and then I jerk off. That's unrelated, but I do it.
Oh, God damn it. God damn it. I'm just going through Crunchyroll looking for fucking One Piece.
To do a Jason Mantzoukas impression, you do a Seth Rogen impression, but you enunciate every word, and that's it.
Makes sense to me.
Because if you do Seth Rogen, you're a little bit here. It's a little. I'm like, actually, I don't think I can do a Seth Rogen impression.
You've only got the one you know how to get there in your head.
I can just do Mantzoukas and Aziz. Hello, I'm Aziz. I'm also on the show.
You have too much adult body to allow your vocal cords to vibrate at the ratio
my
you would need.
lungs and my throat are too large. Yeah. He's such a tiny man.
Oh God.
Same thing with Kevin Hart. I cannot do a Kevin Hart impression because I just sound like Kevin Hart's dad.
I can do no impressions because I've never tried.
It's weird. One of my biggest fears is like when I am just working on different voices because I think they're fun.
Yeah.
Is getting like walked in on. Like I'd rather get walked in on Jay in it than fucking doing voices. When I'm like sitting at a fucking TV like an autistic kid watching Project Runway, just being like, okay designers, this is a make it work moment. This is a make it work moment. This is a make it work moment if I've ever seen one. Like just doing that while like watching it back and back, like rewinding and shit to get the voices right.
Yeah, if I had lived anywhere near in the same neighborhood as you, and I walked in on that, I would call the police.
You should, but it's just a way for. It seems like what a crazy person would do. Like if you walked in on me doing that, I wouldn't turn around right away, and when I did, only my head would swivel. Like that's what I would be watching Lion King. Just be like, Simba. You'd be like, Jesus fucking Christ. Remember who you are.
And then he'd see me go, oh, hey, man, what's up?
Oh, hey, man, what's up? I'm Quin. I'm Quin. This is my voice. This is how I talk. I'm Quin. This is how I talk. And I say fuck a lot. Like, I'm always like, fuck.
You sound too straight. And your voice is too deep.
You toe that line, man. It's hard not to do an impression with you without sounding very homophobic.
I know. It's my defense mechanism. I didn't even do it on purpose.
You talk to a gay man, and he's like, "Are you making fun of me?" And you're like, "This is how I sound, dude. I'm sorry. This is me putting on a straight voice. Like this is me."
No one likes what's happening, but this is what we've got.
Fuck. Man, oh man. I'm gonna go do something else with the day.
Okay.
Now, there's no day left, but you know.
There's none. There's some early evening. I'm gonna go to the liquor store and buy some booze.
That sounds so good.
Maybe a cigar.
Wow. Get into it.
Yeah.
Enjoying your time. Well, folks, that's going to do it for us here at the Dick Around Boys Lab. This has been Spinny Dick, and that over there in the studio is...
did not talk about the naming of the show before now. I did not sign off on that.
No, this is a late night listening show where we just talk about our penises ad nausea, and that's it.
No.
We are the penis pals.
No.
We are the
absolutely not.
Phallus friends.
Not signing off on this.
We are the package paternal group. PPG.
No.
We are the genitalia guys. I'm your host.
We are not the dick dudes. Shut up.
DJ Balls.
Oh God! How is it funny? Like, I'm an adult. That shouldn't be that funny.
Dude, dicks and farts, man. Get me. Ashley hates how much I joke about farts. Because here's the thing. I've recently had to change my diet because my stomach problems are horrendous. I just started eating like a lot more fiber, which helps with acid reflux. Mm-hmm. To get into old person corner real quick.
I'm older than you, man.
I know, dude. I got real bad problems though. Like my stomach acid fucks me up.
I get it.
So I like fart a lot because my diet's bad and I have stomach acid problems. And sometimes I'll try to change my diet. It doesn't make a big difference. And now I'm just like, fuck it. I need to fucking change my diet. So I fart a lot. I fart all the time. And I feel bad when she was staying here. I farted so much. So much. And I made a fart song, and she hates that it gets stuck in her head. And I forgot about it. Like I do, because that's who I am. I just say things and then they're gone. They're just fucking gone.
I get that.
And I forget the ridiculous shit I say. And she brought it up like 3 weeks later, and she was like, yeah, in your fart song. And I was like, I forgot about my fart song. So I feel so bad for her that she's like, yeah, I choose you to date, because I'm basically.
Did you thank her for reminding you?
Yeah, I still do.
Good.
This was like 2 months ago. I'm just like, thank you, because I was lost. Because I also came after I remembered the fart song, I came up with a poop song, and I forgot the poop song because she knew better than to tell it to me again.
You're in therapy, right?
What?
You talking to somebody about this? It's not me or your chosen partner.
No, what? Why would I need to? This is quarantine, baby. You gotta sing songs about your farts. I got farts in my butt and they wanna come out. I got farts in my butt and they wanna come out. I got farts in my butt and they wanna come out.
Oh, by the way, I just thought about guy on a water buffalo or whatever a couple days ago.
Guy on a
Fuck
buffalo, break your gun on a stump. Bye, guy on a buffalo. Fucking love guy on a buffalo. Good luck getting the fart song out of your head now, motherfuckers. Pew.
All right. On that note,
could that be the intro for these segments? This is just my fart song.
No.
That's how we bring it in.
No.
I can give you clean audio if you want of the fart song.
It.
If you want me to.
I'm going to stop recording so I don't have it.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to us ramble and have fun and just fucking shoot the shit, because everything's terrible and we need some levity in any sort of possible way.
Agreed.
Hope you have a wonderful day, and don't forget,
eat fiber.
Oh, I was just gonna say don't forget.
Yeah,
You've probably forgotten.
I forgot.
I got farts in my butt and they wanna come out.
I hate you.
I'll